Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen at any time to type questions to our presenters. Your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many sessions happening, so please be sure to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Missouri. And with that, I'll turn it over to our first presenter, and that is University of Colorado Boulder.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Heather Moser, and I am an Assistant Director of Admission at CU Boulder. So I'm super excited that you all have joined us and look forward to sharing more with you. So to talk about University of Colorado Boulder, we are located in Boulder, Colorado. We're right at the base of the Rocky Mountains. So we're about 30 minutes from Denver and about 45 minutes from the airport. We are a large public state institution with about 34,500 students enrolled, but about 29,500 of those are going to be undergraduate students. We're actually considered the #1 college town in America, which is awesome because it really provides you with a lot to do around Boulder, the Boulder area, like Pearl Street Mall for restaurants and shopping. There's hiking or even skiing that's about 30 minutes away. We have one faculty member for every 18 students. So that's an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which gives you an opportunity to get to know your faculty, whether it's during office hours or after class. Additionally, 85% of our classes have fewer than 50 students, and then 50% of our classes are under 25 students, so 25 or less, which I think is really nice and kind of cool when you are looking at a larger school. We offer a lot of different courses in many different fields of study. So this really does give you plenty of opportunity to explore areas that you might be curious about. We welcome innovation. We support this culture and really encourage students to get involved in things like research. So you could be involved in our undergraduate research opportunities program, which offers funding to students who are interested in doing research. As I mentioned, the #1 college town in America, but in addition to that, we're also considered to be the happiest and the healthiest. So it's really not uncommon to see our students outside and really enjoying all the cool things that Boulder has to offer and really kind of being active in that way as well. I'm going to shift gears a little bit to talking about academics. So your academic experience is super important. There's a lot of different majors and minors that you can take advantage of and that are available to you as a student. If you have an interest or a passion in two different areas, maybe you'll find yourself doing a double major or adding on a minor, but knowing that those opportunities are available to you is really important. We've got 7 distinct colleges, schools, and programs to study in. I do not have time to go through all of those today, but just knowing that these all are available to you, and there's a lot of different majors fun within those as well. So I definitely encourage you to explore those at Boulder if that is something that you are interested in. We've also got an undecided option. So if you are coming in as a first-year student, you don't quite know what you want to major in, we do have our program in exploratory studies, which gives you the first year to be able to figure out what you want to do. And you're going to have guided advising that will be able to help you through that process, as well as different career exploration or academic type experiences as well that will aid in that process. Talking a little bit about housing and dining. So for us, our residence halls and dining venues are really meant to be more than just a place where you're going to live and eat. The goal really is going to be to provide you with this opportunity to connect with your peers, to find that sense of community, and also to meet your academic goals. We really want you to be able to thrive in a space that feels like home, but also gives you all the opportunities that a college or university can provide you. So we want to help create that good sense of balance. Living on campus is part of that. So we have 3 different living type situations. Residential academic programs, which are going to be a little bit more academic based, where you're able to live in the same residence hall or floor as students in the same academic area as you. We've got living and learning communities, which are going to be more interest-based, same idea, where you're going to live with students that are in a similar, interest as you. So there's an active group, there's a gaming group, there's a music group, that sort of thing. And then of course, the traditional residential experience as well, where you can choose one of our amazing residence halls to experience your first year on campus with. we really, emphasize this holistic approach to your experience and want you to find that balance. And so, a lot of that includes venturing out and exploring everything that Boulder has to offer, as I've mentioned. So, you've got skiing less than 30 minutes away. There's an amazing bike path all throughout campus. This is where I add in that we're a super bike friendly campus. So definitely don't hesitate to bring along your bike to Boulder. You've also got hiking and so many fun outdoors type things you can do. We get over 300 days of sunshine a year, so you can't help but want to be outside and enjoy that. But beyond that, there's so much more that you can do, and you have plenty of opportunities to be able to explore that. We also, as I mentioned, continue to want you to find that balance as a student. So getting involved in student life is super important as well. Whether you are interested in studying abroad for a semester, taking advantage of that, you can do that no matter what your major is on our campus. We have an amazing volunteer resource for you, where if you want to volunteer, you're able to find opportunities to do that. And there are so many available to you. So that's awesome. If you're somebody who's interested in entrepreneurship, we have something called our New Venture Challenge, which provides funding and opportunities to really explore entrepreneurship and be able to do that as an undergraduate student. There's research. We are a tier 1 research institution. And then, of course, we do provide a lot of opportunities for you to explore the arts as well. While some of these dates, can be subject to change, that's always really important to know, I think, especially right now in the process. These are our freshman application deadlines. So you can see right here, November 15th and January 15th for our 2 different options, early action and regular decision. And then the last thing I want to mention just really quickly is our spring virtual visit experiences. There are so many available to you on our website, and I highly recommend checking them out. At this time, we are not currently doing on-campus events or tours or anything like that. So we have an extensive list available to you here. Here's my contact information. I'm always available if you want to reach out, and I will also put them in the chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Texas Tech University.
All right, thank y'all so much. My name is Taylor Chilcott. I'm with Texas Tech University. I'm a lead admissions counselor here based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but cover the Great Plains state. So let's get rolling here. So a little bit about Texas Tech. We are 40,322 students. That makes us about the 5th largest in the state of Texas, but we still do maintain 1 faculty member to every 20 students. It's not uncommon, of course, your first year, you're gonna have some larger classes. But once you get into those more specific major related, you are going to get those smaller classes. If you're starting out in the College of Engineering, you will always have no more than 49 students. And we do have over 6,000 students in our engineering school alone. So it's one of the unique things that students always ask, where you're going to see some of those smaller classes. We are a Hispanic serving institution here at Texas Tech University. We are a diversity champion. Our goal at Texas Tech is to really represent the diversity of state of Texas. And that's something that's near and dear to our heart. And you'll see that we are very proud to announce that. We are a tier 1 research institution at the highest level of research by the Carnegie Foundation. So you're going to see we are one of 93 public schools, 131 institutions in the United States that have that designation. We do have degrees all the way through the PhD level. So they're looking at how much research and things that we do on that side. Again, you'll see the U.S. News reports, top 100 public university, and then you'll see our average SAT score, but we were test optional this last year, and we're going to be test optional for any juniors in the room next year. So that's kind of just to give you an idea of what it's been. All right, to give you an idea of where Lubbock, Texas is, from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, from say DFW Airport, we are 5-hour drive away, so not that far, or 45-minute flight. So if you can fly into Dallas-Fort Worth, or you can fly into Houston, you can connect a flight over to Lubbock. We have an international airport here in the city of Lubbock. Our city is over 250,000 residents. I firmly believe, at least when I was there, it felt like Texas Tech wouldn't be there without Lubbock, Texas, and Lubbock wouldn't be there without Texas Tech. We kind of go hand in hand. It has everything that a major city has, just at a smaller scale. We have, I always call it the Cheesecake Factory effect. We have a Cheesecake Factory, you've got the PF Chang's, you've got all the major things just at a smaller scale. Most of our students do come from over 300 miles away, over 78%. So for any of you students, since y'all are coming from so far away, you're going to be in the same category, same boat as even some of our in-state students. So they don't pack up and go home. We're a true residential campus. All of our new first-time students do live on campus their first year. So you see students stay out there a lot longer than students maybe at some other universities in Texas where they're going home every 2 or 3 weekends. So you kind of get that benefit. Tons of parks and venues to get out. We actually have more parks and venues per capita than any city in the state of Texas. Live entertainment is huge. We're home to Buddy Holly. You're probably asking yourself who Buddy Holly is. You may want to Google that, 50s rock and roll, but there's been a lot of musical roots within the city of Lubbock that we're proud of. So let's talk about the main campus here. You kind of get an idea. Behind me is a picture of our main campus. We have over 10 academic colleges with 150 majors and minors to choose from. We have the Texas Tech School of Law that's on our main campus, as well as the comprehensive Texas Tech Health Sciences Center on our main campus. Connected to that Health Sciences Center is the University Medical Center. It is the county hospital for Lubbock, and it's a level 1 trauma unit. So if you're interested in even pursuing graduate school, whether being a doctor, pharmacy, nursing, physical therapy, physician assistant, occupational therapy, you have all of that right there on our main campus. And we're really excited that fall 2021, Texas Tech University is starting the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine. It'll be the 2nd vet school in the state of Texas, first in over 100 years and the 33rd in the United States. It's going to be a little north of Lubbock. It's actually going to be in Amarillo, so 2 hours north, but it's going to really provide a lot of veterinary care for West Texas, and we're really excited for that. So a little bit about our community. I told you most of our students do come from over 300 miles away. So, that residential community feeling. We have over 550 student organizations on campus, 19 residence halls. Again, I mentioned that all new first-time students do live on campus. We have the learning communities. So you're going to be able to live with students that are interested in the same field of study that you are. We have 30 plus dining venues. It's that typical college campus. You lose count of how many Chick-fil-A's we've got. I think we got 3 or 4. You've got the national brands like Fazoli's, Sbarro, but you also have a lot of our name brand or Texas Tech branded dining venues around campus as well. We do have our rec center. This is a picture of our lazy river there. So we do have a lazy river shaped like a rubber ducky. If you ever Google Texas Tech lazy river, you'll see the rubber ducky shape. So it's a real big benefit for our students to enjoy during the summer months or during the warm months, even when they return in the fall. We are part of the Big 12 Athletic Conference. So Division I athletics, all of our students that are full-time students at Texas Tech have unlimited access to home sporting events, basketball, football, baseball. We are the home of Patrick Mahomes. He did go to Texas Tech, so I have to always throw that plug out, especially here in the state of Missouri. But, you have that benefit to go cheer on the Red Raiders and be a part of something bigger, which is really cool on that. And you see some of our other traditions. Carol of the Lights is our Christmas tradition, and it's my absolute favorite. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the admissions requirements real quick. So for my seniors, we're on Apply Texas or the Common App. Next year, juniors, we're going to be on Apply Texas, which is a common app for the state of Texas. We're kind of do our own thing in Texas, as you probably know, or the Common App, which is the national, and we will be on Coalition. So you have 3 options to apply with. It does not matter which one. We don't prefer either one. We have an application fee that you'll see there. You'll pay when you submit your application. We do need your high school transcript. If you have dual credit, you're more than welcome to send that in as part of the application process. And we are test optional for fall 2021 and fall 2022. Essays are strongly recommended, but not required for Texas Tech. I'm going to say that they are strongly recommended, but not required. You're always turning in items for us to review to give us more reasons to say yes, is what I always say. And let's talk about tuition real quick as our final slide. You do see that we have resident, non-resident tuition there, but if any student receives over $1,000 in competitive scholarships, you do receive in-state tuition for the state of Texas. So a lot of benefits there. If you have any questions, my slide with my info, I'll put it in the chat box as well, is right there. Perfect.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Grand Canyon University.
I need to unmute myself first. There we go. Okay, hi, my name's Samantha. I'm the admissions counselor for Grand Canyon University in the Kansas City, Missouri area. I also cover the state of Missouri as well. But GCU is a private Christian university in Phoenix, Arizona. So here's our next. We haven't raised tuition in 12 years. We are also committing to not raise tuition again next year. So a 13-year tuition freeze, no out-of-state tuition. So we are very comparable to a lot of the in-state schools in Missouri. And we have been ranked number 6 best college campus by niche. Over 90% of our students 2 years ago completed their degree in 3.5 years. The national average is between 5.5 and 6. Our campus is 23,000 students currently, approximately 23,000 students. We are NCAA Division I. So we are huge support of our basketball team. ESPN actually called our student section the craziest student section in the country just a couple years ago. So it's a really loving campus. It's really exciting as far as school spirit goes. And over half of our students are from out of state. So similar to Texas Tech, they just talked about that. We have a ton of students that are from out of state. So on the weekends, it's not like this ghost town feel. There's always something to do. There's always some sort of activity going on. So my students told me that even through COVID, that there were so many ways to access the community and really be involved. So there are hands-on practical applications in all of our programs, and we have over 190 degree programs, so I can't talk about all of them. However, your first semester freshman year, you will be in a core class. So for example, if you're an engineering student, you will build a robot hand your first semester, your freshman year. If you're pre-med or nursing, you will be in a cadaver lab. If you want to know what a cadaver is, send me a private message. We also have different opportunities for business students. Your first semester, you will be in a business class. We just built a brand new College of Business building. And if you've heard of Jerry Colangelo, he actually founded our College of Business. So it's really great as far as being involved with our community. And there's a lot of networking involved in all different programs. So our average class size is between 22 to 25 students for your core classes. Those are your major classes. And then for a lecture, they're no larger than 90 students. So really great opportunities. We are a faith-based community. However, we do not require that you sign anything as a statement of faith or a requirement to commitments unless you're studying in the College of Theology. So if you're interested, at Grand Canyon University, we have a free application. There's no fee to apply if you have an unweighted 3.0 or above. And this year, because of COVID, we have amended it to a 2.8 unweighted GPA. If you have a weighted GPA, if your school does that, then you will be higher up on our scholarship bracket. And we also will accept a 2.5, GPA with a 19 on your ACT composite score. And we have this academic scholarship bracket for you right now. If you are applying to GCU, this is what you will use as your bracket. We do accept GPA or ACT, like I said, whichever puts you in the higher bracket. This will be frozen for 4 years while you're at GCU. And I'd be happy to send you what we call a budget sheet showing all the details of your finances. If any parents are on the call, everyone wants to know that. So a huge opportunity that we offer is called Discover GCU. Currently, we also have travel reimbursement, but this is where our university will reimburse your visit to campus. So if you are accepted to GCU with your free application and your high school transcript, then we will accept you to our university. And here's my page. This is my cell number. My boss is currently calling me, but you can also scan that QR code with your phone. Just pull up the camera and scan that QR code. It'll go straight to our application and it'll show you, our free application. I've had a ton of students that I've met with from the Kansas City area go to campus with their family, with other friends. They've been able to check out the warm weather, and there's like 360-degree mountains in Phoenix. So it's gorgeous. It's a really awesome opportunity. As far as our dining options, we have Chick-fil-A, Qdoba, Jamba Juice, Auntie Anne's pretzels. And we are actually the only college campus in the country that has a Taco Bell. So that's also a really great opportunity as well. We are very focused on, outdoor activities. We have been named the most outdoorsy school in the nation several times because our outdoor community, our clubs have been so active lately, and we just have a lot of different amazing opportunities. So I'm excited to talk with any of you all that are interested in GCU because we have so many awesome opportunities. And I believe the approximate number of students from the Kansas City, Missouri area alone that have been going to GCU and are currently attending would be between 200 and 250. So it's a really awesome community to be involved with as far as before you move to campus as well. So I hope to be down there for Welcome Week and help you move into your dorm rooms. I will be your point of contact for everything up to finances, financial aid. If you have questions about all of that, I'm your one-stop shop for all of those questions. So I'm so excited that you joined us today for this talk, and I'm really excited that we can answer any questions that y'all have. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is University of Utah.
There we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Mariah Johnson. I'm an admissions counselor from the University of Utah. I'm actually based in Colorado. I oversee Colorado as well as Kansas and Missouri. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the state of Utah, city of Salt Lake City, as well as the University of Utah as a whole. Now, you have heard the term today, college town, but you may not have heard the term college city, which is what we like to refer to Salt Lake City as. It is the state capital in Utah. So, it has all the amenities that a major metro downtown area has. Lots of shopping, lots of restaurants, some world-class dining. And, we have a Dave & Buster's, which I always think is pretty fun. But also there's an abundance of opportunities from internships to jobs, volunteering. Our state legislator actually does not employ any full-time staff, so they rely on University of Utah students to fulfill paid internships with them. So that's a really unique opportunity. There's lots of financial institutions, nonprofits, businesses always turning to the U for our students and our graduates for part-time, full-time jobs, internships, what have you. We're also abundant in outdoor recreation opportunities. We are within half an hour of 7 world-class ski resorts, snowboarding if you're into that as well. And in the southern half of our state, we have 5 national parks. So there's a lot of different climates and really awesome physical geography in the state of Utah. And if you've never done anything outdoors, no worries. We do have an outdoor recreation office that you can sign up to take trips with, to earn some college credit even, backpacking or kayaking or anything like that. And if you don't have any of the gear, our Student Life Center actually has the nation's largest collegiate rental facility for outdoor recreation gear. So pretty much anything you can think of, we probably have it here at the U. Some quick fast facts about the U, where, like I said, we're located in Salt Lake City, but we do have a second campus located in Incheon, South Korea. We have an awesome Global Leap program where students can spend 1 semester in Salt Lake and then a second semester in South Korea, and that's really fun. We are also considered a large school with over 24,000 undergraduate students. For our total enrollment, we have 32,000 students, including our graduate students, including our medical school, dental school, all those professional programs. But despite being a large institution, we try to keep a small school feel. Our 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio tends to land a 23 student class average. So like many schools here today, you will have larger lectures in the beginning, especially once you get further on into your degree, you're going to have much smaller classes. And that means a lot more interaction with not only your peers, but with your professors as well. We are a Tier 1 research institution and a member of the Association of American Universities, which essentially recognizes institutions dedicated to research in STEM fields. But you can do research in any field. We've had research done by students in dance, in fine arts, in English, even as an undergraduate student. You don't have to be a graduate student to do research. Lots of people think you do, but in any of our over 100 majors, you can publish your own research paper if you'd like. We're also part of the Pac-12. Many people forget the University of Utah when they think the Pac-12, but we were added as a member within the past few years. Now, it does stand for Pacific Athletic Conference. That means we get to have some big time sports, an awesome student section that's been ranked as one of the most spirited by ESPN. But you can also think of it as an academic conference in a way, because in order for us to even be invited to join the Pac-12, we have to achieve a certain academic standard that really matches that of our other Pac-12 partners. So not only is it fun athletics, but also a great education for your dollar. Now, shifting gears a little bit into more admissions and how to get into school, we use what's called a holistic review process. So this means there are no cutoffs for GPA or test scores when you apply. We're reviewing all applications that come in, regardless of GPA or academic status. But we do have some factors we look at and put a little bit more weight on. Academic factors are the most important. So your course rigor, meaning the difficulty of your coursework, if you've taken concurrent or dual enrollment, AP courses, anything like that weighs in your favor. But if your school doesn't offer that, we also don't penalize you for that because we understand every school offers something a bit different. Also, secondary factors. I like to say that if anything has happened in your life to affect your academics in any way or takes up a significant amount of time, tell us about it on the Common App so that we could take that into consideration too. We are on the Common App exclusively. Our early action deadlines are usually December 1. So if you're a junior or younger, be looking out for December 1. Our app opens in August though. We do require official transcripts to be sent directly from your school. And for fall 2021, we are test optional, and we're also test optional through fall 2023. Now for our out-of-state students, it's important to know that the state of Utah makes it really easy to gain in-state residency for tuition purposes. We're actually the second most easy state to get in-state residency for. Now to do that, you need to live in the state of Utah continuously for 12 months. That includes the summer after your freshman year. Prove financial independence would simply mean that no one can claim you as a dependent on their taxes if you're going to go this route. And then getting Utah driver's license, voter registration, and then you fill out a form online to reclassify to be an in-state resident. So that means you could go from paying out-of-state tuition your first year to paying in-state your second year. It's about a $20,000 savings between those two tuition rates. Now, like I mentioned, I'm Mariah. Here's my contact info if you'd like to get in contact with me. We're doing lots of virtual events and tours that you can find, and also schedule an appointment with me at admissions.utah.edu. I also put my contact info in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our final presenter is Arizona State University.
All right, just got to start literally everything here on my computer. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome again. My name is David Mills. I'm Assistant Director for Admission at Arizona State University. I am one of many admission counselors, but I work with students from the state of Missouri. So if you at any point need anything, just like my colleagues, I am your dedicated person at ASU to reach out to if you have any questions or need any help throughout the application or admission process at ASU. So the first thing I want to tell you about ASU is a little bit about who we are and what drives us. What is at the core of everything we do? And this is our charter. Now, it may seem kind of self-explanatory or obvious as a public university, but our mission is to be as inclusive and accessible as possible. And that is to serve the public. The way you can see that really implemented at ASU is we have set academic admission requirements. If you meet our admission requirements, you are admitted direct entry to any program at ASU. We want to make sure we have those open and accessible to students. We'll talk about the specific requirements later, but we want to make sure that, again, anyone who's qualified to study can be admitted. There's no essays, no letters of recommendation, just purely academics. And if you have that foundation, you are good to go. But it's not just about getting students in. It's about making sure they're successful when they leave as well. And we'll talk about that and the impact they have in just a moment. But I do want to tell you, ASU is quite a large university. We have over 75,000 students, undergraduate and graduate, studying at ASU. But don't let that number, kind of throw you off at all. We are a big school. We're very proud of that because it gives us a lot of options and opportunities. But at the same time, we want to make sure it never hurts you negatively from a academic standpoint. For example, even though we have all those students, we have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We have free tutoring in every subject area at ASU. We want to make sure you have all the resources you need to be successful should you come. But then on the flip side, because we are a big university, we are a big research institution, also a Research One top tier institution. We are a Pac-12 athletic school, like you've heard about tonight. So you have that exciting school spirit, the energy, and really everything that comes along with that. You have over 350 majors to choose from on campus, 350 degrees. You have over 1,000 clubs and organizations. Literally anything you might want to do is available at ASU. It's up to you to kind of customize and craft your college experience because it's there. So the benefits of a big school, but we never want that to impact you negatively. And of course, despite all those students, again, it's all about helping you succeed, not just at ASU, but where you go next after you leave. Last year, 89% of our students had a job within 90 days of graduating. There's a ton of amazing internship and job opportunities. We are in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Phoenix is the 5th largest city in the country. So to be part of this big research institution, this public university there, we have incredible partnerships and ways for students to get involved and build real world resume experience during their time at ASU. You don't have to wait till summer or winter break to do an internship. You can certainly do that as a current student at ASU. Rankings are not the most important thing in your college search, but there's always something we're kind of proud of and want to brag about. And these are just a few highlights, especially the one on the right side, #1 in the US in innovation. We have been that 6 years in a row now, and ahead of some very strong competition like Stanford and MIT. So always reinventing the college experience and making sure our academics and the experience you have on campus is as good as possible. It is important to know at ASU that we have 4 campuses. That's part of why we look so big on paper, but aren't as big in reality. These campuses, you have a home base depending on what you study, but it's all one university, and the entire campus, all 4 campuses are open to you as a student at ASU. If you're admitted to one, you're admitted to all. So any club, any event, any organization, a class, pretty much all of those are available, but you will live at the campus that has your major, and you will take the classes for that program on that campus. You never have to leave your campus for 4 years if you don't want to, but you can be as involved as you'd like to be across those campuses. So big campus, small campus feel, you have quite a few options across the board there. I mentioned the clubs and organizations, community and involvement, and making sure you have those opportunities are huge for our students at ASU. So just be aware, anything from the taco eating club or the tree climbing club just for fun, to make friends and relax, to student government, the business fraternity, community service, all those are there as well for anything you might want to be involved in. Barrett is one thing I do want to mention very quickly, is our honors college. It's one of the top honors colleges in the nation. If you are looking for a strong community of scholars and to graduate with honors during your time at ASU, I would strongly recommend that you look at Barrett, as it has an incredible group of students. Any major can be a part of the honors college, and it is at all 4 of our campuses. They have dedicated space. Here's just a map of the Phoenix area and where our campuses are. Again, the big thing to know, tons of opportunities for both resume building and fun in Phoenix while you're there for 4 years. I love the term college city that was mentioned by Utah, very much that in Phoenix. And great weather as well. Hot in the summer, we are the desert, but during the winter, it's gorgeous. You'll find 60s, 70s, 80s. It's pretty incredible. So as I close here, I just want to tell you how you can become a Sun Devil. If you are a junior, well, first off, if you're a senior, you can still apply. We are still accepting applications for fall 2021. If you are a junior for fall 2022, our application, either of these 3 options works, but we can, you can apply starting in July of this year for fall 2022. And just know that you have these options. Our admission requirements, the academic requirements I mentioned, I will put the link to those in the chat since I don't have time to cover everything. And I will include the link to our scholarship website as well, as we have some great scholarship options for students. And finally, I'll include the visit website that's there. If you want to learn more about ASU than just 6 minutes, you want anything and everything, check out all the options that are virtual on our visit website right now. You can learn a ton of amazing things about the university without leaving Missouri. So definitely check it out. We are doing live tours as well if you'd like to see the campus in person. And with that, I will go ahead and close out here and turn it back over to Layla.
Thank you so much. If all of our presenters would mind turning their cameras back on, if we could just do a quick round robin here. I wanted to ask you all what advice you would share with someone going through the college search.
All right, I will go first. So in terms of advice, I think that, and you're going to get a lot of advice from everyone on here as well, but I think one thing I always mention is that I feel like it's really important to be organized. There are so many different deadlines and requirements and things like that. And so it's really helpful, I think, to stay organized and knowing what's required of maybe the different schools that you're applying to. And then also making sure you're checking your email for any updates, dates that may have changed, and that sort of thing as well. The logistics, certainly are pretty important. when it comes to applying to colleges.
I'll jump in. I definitely will agree. Staying organized is the most important thing. That's what I usually say. And don't be afraid to reach out to us admissions counselors. That's what we're here. I don't know about everybody else, but I know I don't get paid whether you come or not to TAC, but I definitely want to help you out, whatever it is. And if it comes that you're still working with me and tech's not an option, that's fine. Let me know. Let's get you pointed in the direction that you need to go, because I definitely don't want you to get to tech and then hate it and leave after a year. That's a waste of time. But work with us. That's what we're here for. We all have a passion for it. So feel free. Don't hesitate to reach out to admissions.
I love those points, and I absolutely love the email, checking your email suggestion. That's an amazing thing, and that's something that I did not do when I was in high school. So that's all great advice from our other counselors. I would also add, find something that you're really passionate about. Find a piece of a college that you really love the vibe of. Like, I'm really loving this big school vibe, or I really think, or, even visit some schools that have those different atmospheres and check out their live virtual tours. And find a piece of something that you are really passionate about in your own life, whether it's something that you like to do in your free time or a class that you're really excelling in and you're really enjoying. Just find some of those things and see if, sharing that with some of us admissions counselors can help us point you in a good direction of a good school that might be a good fit for you, or a good program of study that might be a good fit for you. Again, that's what we're here for. And we love helping you guys through this whole process. And yeah, just be really honest with yourself about what you think will bring you, some good direction and happiness. And we really love to, cater this with you guys.
All good things, echoing all of those, especially the email point. And also kind of bouncing off of Samantha's point, I would say think about the experiences that you want to have, whether you've been in marching band all throughout high school and you want to continue doing that. Think about schools where that's an accessible opportunity, or if, like I mentioned, outdoor recreation is something you've never done before, but you want to try it for the first time in college. Think about all these kind of experiences you have or haven't had, but you definitely know you want to have, or maybe don't know you want to have yet, and explore those opportunities at your different schools you're considering.
And if I can piggyback on both of your last 2 points, Samantha, Mariah, I think, definitely thinking about what you want is really important and what's right for you. Finding that fit is huge. And there are so many different colleges and universities out there, like over 3,400 across the United States alone. And so there's so many for you to research and figure out what's going to fit you. So the way I want to spin everything else is that don't worry about other people. Don't listen to random hearsay or random things that someone might have heard or thinks about your school. Your school may not be the right school for them, but it may be the perfect school for you. Like, don't worry about the status or the reputation or whatever other people are talking about. What's most important is that you find the school that's going to give you what you need academically to go get that career or whatever it is you want to do after college, and to have a great experience while you're there and fits you. So it's not very often we say make it about you and be selfish, but this is okay. Make it about you. That's the most important thing.
Thank you. Okay, one more question for you all. What is a favorite event or tradition on your campus?
As all of you are giving advice, I'm over here like, preach. It's such good advice and such great thoughts in the room. But for us, my favorite campus tradition is going to be our home football game. So, and the beginning of each football game, and then at halftime, so each home football game, we have our school mascot, Ralphie, who is a massive buffalo, runs out onto the field. So she runs out with our Ralphie runners, and it's just a super cool atmosphere and environment. I've had a lot of like current students who say, I'm not a sports fan, I'm not a football fan, but I go just to be able to enjoy that and experience kind of just the school spirit that comes along with something that epic happening in the beginning of the game. So definitely my favorite thing that happens on campus.
I hate to piggyback on a mascot, but mine too is our mascot, the Mask Rider. So if you ever watch Texas Tech or Google, it's the horse and rider that run out on the field. I graduated from Tech 10 years ago, and I still have every year I go back to campus and meet a Mask Rider. I think I have at least 15 years worth of different Mask Riders. It's still, I get so excited when I see him or her on the horse and on campus. So that was always one of my favorites. It gives me chills when they run on the field and stuff like that. It still to this day, but that's going to be mine as well.
Hi, sorry, I was typing an answer. I think one of my favorite traditions that we have on campus is just a lot of our community building events. GCU, a lot of our students call it their home away from home. So during finals week, we will do a pancake breakfast. So they call it midnight pancake breakfast. They have, all of the cafeteria breakfast food laid out in the quad. And while you're cramming for your finals, you can walk out to the quad, grab a plate of breakfast, and then bring it back to your room, eat it. It's just kind of that community building, bonding opportunities. And we also have like a male beauty pageant called Mr. GCU. We do silent dance parties in one of the grassy areas at GCU where everyone has their own had earphones in and everyone's dancing to different music, which I think is really fun and sweet. And then we also do what's called a lip sync battle. So I'm sure you guys have seen those on YouTube and all that. And our students do it. And I know one time one of our lip sync battles went live on TikTok because someone did this crazy backflip and they landed in the splits or something nuts. And it was really fun. So it just feels like such a home away from home because of all of those like community building events.
I would say mine is also athletics related, even if you're not interested. I have no idea what happens in football, but it's fun to go. So during our football games, we do something called, we were stomping. I don't remember what it's called. It's our third down rattle or something like that. And during the third down or at the start of the third down, again, I don't get football terms, but everyone starts jumping up and down and stomping their feet and getting really excited. And what's kind of fun is that when they do this, it actually registers on our campus seismograph stations as a minor earthquake. So I always like to use that. It sometimes scares people, but I say it just goes to show how spirited our student body is, but also how they're quite literally groundbreaking. I think it's funny. It's called the third down jump. I just remembered it.
Mine at ASU is something we call Lantern Walk. Basically, we have, you can almost see it in my campus photo behind me. It's kind of behind those trees, but we have what we call a mountain. That's a really big hill right off of campus, and it's got our big A on the side. And every year during homecoming, the night before, kind of the big homecoming football game, we have a big event up on top of a mountain, and you actually see alumni, students, faculty, staff, a ton of people go up there carrying lanterns. And all go to the top of the hill, and there's some really great speakers and spirit stuff and things that just to get you excited about ASU and to get you excited about the game, and some really cool stories that are shared and moments like that. So just kind of a little bit nerdy, but absolutely love the ASU Lantern Walk every homecoming.
Well, thank you everyone for answering those questions. Thank you everyone for joining us. When this window closes, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as other recordings at strivescan.com/Missouri. And with that, have a wonderful night, and thank you so much, everyone.